up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Evo 9 MR. So we were supposed to go for a drive with the new engine intake system, which I was really excited to do. But again, I sold the intake, the OEM intake, and I sold the OEM cat and stock exhaust. And so I gotta get them shipped. That's like what I'm trying to accomplish, and that's one of the reasons we're not working on that over there. But in replacement, I decided to go with the HKS genuine parts from Japan, overnight parts from Japan, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, exhaust. Now, I'm gonna be able to install that on this video today. We're gonna remove the OEM one. It's gonna be simple. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. We'll install this one, but I'm also pulling off the test pipe slash cat. And when I pull that off, this car's not gonna have one anymore. And then I'm also gonna do a downpipe. So this will be like maybe a 1, 2, or 3 part install before we actually go drive the Evo 9 MR again. The car will be on jack stands just for a little bit until I get I'm still missing, I ordered a Megan downpipe and a Megan test pipe. So it'll be a Megan test pipe, a Megan downpipe, a HKS fullback sport exhaust. Will add a lot of horsepower and hopefully sound really good. And I know you guys are here to see that. But today we're gonna be installing genuine HKS. So let's go ahead and jump into this exhaust. This is a sport version. Let's look at it, see what it looks like. And then we'll put the Evo 9 in this video up on a jack stand, and I'll show you guys how to remove the OEM, because again, this is all stock car, not anymore, not after I got my hands on it. The OEM exhaust, and it does stick out quite a bit right there. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's look at these parts. We broke it open. It is black, which I do like. Let's open this up. The canister, and then I don't know, just the, I guess you just say the exhaust pipe. They're long. It is black. It's coated, and it is, I believe, in stainless steel. So it's really light. Look at that. It has a Japanese. I'm getting my fingerprints all over it. Oh well. Very light, actually. I'm really surprised with how light this is. It looks very good. I like it a lot, actually. Wow, that's pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is, that's one part, and then we'll actually look with the exhaust system, which is gonna be the canister, which is right here. They did a really nice job of packaging it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is surprisingly affordable. These are about $500 to $600. And they do look very good. It's gonna look almost identical to what my stock one looks like, because I already painted my canister. I don't know if you guys watched that on the video a while ago, but I had already painted my canister. So that being said, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not that big of an exhaust tip. I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger. But we'll go ahead and set this aside. We are gonna use this box here to ship out the OEM one. I'm just hoping that this sounds beefy. That's the main goal, that it sounds beefy. I did run an Evo, or a Megan, full Megan exhaust on my Evo 10, and it was really beefy sounding. If you have an Evo 10, I definitely recommend the Megan exhaust. It does come with hardware, which is nice, and gaskets, which is very nice. And then if you're not gonna use the O2, it does come with an O2 plug. Nice, all this is nice, good stuff. And HKS sticker and insulation. Pretty cool. So very simple. I mean, technically it's just 2 parts and some hardware. So we're gonna set this aside. I'm gonna start removing the OEM one. So I am quite curious to, one, see how it sounds. Very curious for that. But I am quite curious to feel the OEM exhaust weight versus this weight. I hope that the OEM exhaust weight is heavier. They're usually pretty heavy, the OEM ones. I mean, this car is so quiet. So quiet. I mean, it doesn't even sound like it's on half the time. Literally, you turn it on, it doesn't even sound like the car started. It's so quiet. It's all factory. The whole thing was factory. I'm excited to put some, in my opinion, nicer quality parts. The engine intake system, which we did, was, I mean, go watch that video. It's the one right before this. It's spot on. And then HKS, I mean, it's a good brand. It's from Japan. The Megan, I like the Megan. I've ran with Megan before, so I'm excited for those. But now that we have the exhaust opened up, it's very aesthetic. It's very good looking, definitely my taste. I think what you're gonna say, Mitch, your build is clean, which is the word that I'm always looking for. And I think this will be a clean build. Okay, we've put the first step is So I only have one available jack stand. We're just gonna be doing one. Probably, you should definitely get a lift if you have the means to. But we're just gonna do one jack stand right here. So that's the stock downpipe. You guys can see that with all the heat shields. And then here's a stock exhaust. And look at that thing. It is so tiny. This is tiny. This is so small. I'm in shock how small that is. I think that's 2 inch or 2.5. And it goes out all the way out there. So no wonder why it's so quiet. This is gonna be a massive increase of power for my Evo. I'm very excited. So first thing we're gonna do is put a little bit of lubricant on the nuts and bolts to have on the O2 sensor. So usually I start with the rear and then work my way forward, but we're just gonna start right here. I am gonna be removing that downpipe, but probably not anytime soon. I don't know, maybe in a video too. And then remove the stock exhaust. There's a 19 millimeter and a 19 millimeter, and we'll impact that. So 4 19 millimeter bolts later, the downpipe, which that's pretty cool over there. The downpipe to the exhaust have been disconnected, and then I did get the O2 off. And this O2 is a 22 millimeter socket. They are always a pain. Make sure you lubricate them, and then use a sledgehammer to bang them off with the 22 millimeter. It did come off. I believe there's this O2 sensor, and then there's an O2 sensor on the front where the downpipe is, and I think that's the only O2. So look how dinky this thing is, guys. The camera's not. The camera makes it look bigger than it is. It is so small. Let's go down there, and I think I can drop this by just getting those 14 millimeters off. Back to the Evo 9 MR OEM. No more OEM because I'm modding it. FYI, this is modded OEM, but modded as I hit it. Very, very, very beautiful part. I love that rear bumper. So there's 3 14 millimeters going into the exhaust canister, 3 of them, and then there was a clamp. See right here. There was a hook that was into that hanger, the rubber grommet hanger right there, which I don't know if we're going to be using that one for the HKS or not. We'll leave it there. It looks like it's 2 14 millimeters. The exhaust pipe, the long one right here, I don't know what you call it, it is done. So we're able to pull it on out now. So let's pull it out and compare it. Old OEM and then versus the new Megan. So yeah, huge difference in size. Let's get a tape measure out and do a tape measure. I want to actually see. This is starting to look like, I think this is 3 and this is 2.5. This almost looks like 2 right here. That is so crazy, look at that. And then lots of resonator, it's quieted it all down, right? This thing is gonna sound so much more like an Evo. I cannot wait. HKS versus the Evo 9 OEM. Again, this has been sold. This guy's returning his as stock. The Evo 9 MR original parts are so hard to find, so it's going to a good home. So let's go ahead and I gotta get the canister off next. I shouldn't have set that one on the ground, but I got the canister. Let's measure that real quick. Okay, you two, let's do some measurements. Yeah, so if you look on the inner one, let's put right there. It's 2. It's almost 2. It's 2.5. It got to be 2.5. 2 and 2.25 right there, and then right here, this is going to be 3. So that's a lot of more air for the exhaust. Of course, it's going to make a lot more noise, which we want. Again, we're going to have this nice muffler for the HKS. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys now how to remove the OEM canister, and I think there's going to be a lot of little grommets on it, so we'll see. I see one up here, but we'll see the rest. No more exhaust canister. So what that was there's that grommet right here, this guy. It just had a 14 millimeter, excuse me, a 12 millimeter on it, and then it was hanging up on that grommet up there by, it's up. You guys see that right there? Yeah, you can see that. And it just slid out. That's it. So a 12 millimeter, and then that exhaust canister came out. Let's go ahead and I've set up the 2. We will compare them together over on the work table. So HKS new OEM factory. Weight-wise, I'm actually surprised they're not that different. You know, I could have gone with like a Tome and it would have been ultra lightweight, but it would just been loud. I am happy with the HKS. It does look very OEM-esque, but it should sound a lot better and it should perform better. I'm having high hopes that it does perform better. But overall, it's not too significant difference. I think the main will be the actual exhaust piping that I just showed you guys. I think that's going to be the biggest difference, with the most amount of horsepower to be flown through. Now, I did run very similar one, a Megan one of these, very similar on my Evo X, and I really enjoyed the exhaust. So, I mean, look at that. That's a nice looking part. You know, it is a really nice looking, high quality part. Just, this is not, like, if you're looking for an extreme, probably go with the HKS. I went with the Sport, go with the high power, and or go with the Tome, something like that, if you want that crazy crooked, because this is not going to come out crooked. A lot of people like the old Supra single exit that's jacked out of the side. Is totally just not me. I'm just very clean and aesthetic, and this will be centered right with that exhaust. It'll be flush, perfect, kind of like all my cars. I mean, the Tsunami's that way too. Look at the Tsunami over here. This is perfect. So what we're going to do now is I am going to get this and have this be hooked up right here. I'm going to start with the, I think I'm going to start with, yeah, we'll start with the rear, and then we'll connect the pipe with the gaskets, and then I'm going to wait until my new test pipe comes in. Okay, so I've mounted the HKS canister. It's literally, it looks the exact same. It's the same thing. They might as well just call this the OEM replacement exhaust. It's the exact same. It literally is the exact same. I'll show you where the mounting points are. Pretty simple. So it's honestly, it's the exact same thing. So over up here, you're gonna have that same right there, 12 millimeter, that actually just bolts into the hinge on the HKS, and then it goes into that. I left the grommet there, but I'm assuming, I think those are 12 millimeters, 14 millimeters, and it went right into it. You guys see that? And then the upper one, which I showed you guys earlier, it slid right into the upper grommet, right there. Like literally, this is OEM. So those are the 3 hanging points for this. Now what we're gonna do is take that long pipe, we're gonna connect it here, and then there is no hanger for that long pipe. It just goes into, I'm assuming, the test pipe, which is kind of weird. Let's go look and see if there's a hanger on it. Yeah, I'm right. There is no hanger on it. I actually looked at the OEM one. There is no hanger on it either. That's just a long distance just to be hanging out. So, you know, flying around. Okay, so what we're going to do is hook this up now. I'm assuming it's this side goes to that, and then that side goes to the front where the test pipe is, which I don't have a test pipe or a down pipe. So we're probably going to do that on the next video. So this is probably just going to be part 1, installing. I got a new HKS, but let's do this pipe right here. Actually, I think I might do this pipe here. I just don't want to leave you guys hanging, but we'll do, you know, it'll be a nice 2 or 3 part video. I mean, it's a great Evo build. Let's spend some time on it. Again, we're supposed to be working on the Toyota Celica. I have my Toyota Celica GTS turbo list right here, that I have a huge thing I need to work on for this. But that being said, I don't know if I want to just have that hanging there. So I might just wrap up the video here and then be back with the Megan test pipe and then the Megan down pipe. I think that's probably where we're going to be next. Let's go ahead and try that actually. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, swingbymitch.com. Next video, what I'm going to do is the Megan test pipe, the down pipe, and the connecting to the HKS. And then once that's finished, we will go for a drive. I will take my fiance for a drive and get her reaction with all the new sounds. I'm sure this is going to sound like a beast. It's going to sound super good. I hope it sounds like an Evo. That's what I'm going for. Hopefully it sounds like an Evo. Like, subscribe. We'll be back with the Toyota Celica, I promise. Make sure to like this Evo 9. This is Evo 9 MR content. I know you guys, I have a couple bangers with this car, but make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll keep on coming back with the Evo 9 MR. See you guys in the next video.